As I mentioned in the developing negatives section, if you choose not to develop your own negatives, that's cool. You can send them in a mailer to have them developed. Of course, I develop all my own negatives, but I thought I'd give it a try. I bought an Ilford black and white mailer from B&H, cost about $20 and came in a couple of days. What comes back to you is a CD with scans and negatives. There are many options and upgrades you can choose from, such as medium and large scans, a proof sheet, silver gelatin prints, and the like. Of course, they cost extra. One key point for me was getting the negatives back. I shoot my negatives and process them in Lightroom and Photoshop, so without the negatives, the whole exercise for me is worthless. Nowhere on the mailer, or at least I couldn't find it, does it explicitly state that the negatives are returned. But I read some reviews online and everyone said the negatives were returned in plastic sleeves, so this sounded promising. I went shooting with my Canon F1 and I used Ilford FP4 at ISO 125. So you fill out the mailer and attach 7 first-class US stamps. Yes, that's right, 7 stamps. Seems pretty expensive to me. This order sheet comes with the mailer, so just fill it out clearly and you'll be good to go. There's a shipping label on the top flap of the mailer that you fill out, cut off, and enclose with the film. So I filled everything out, dropped it in the mail, now I'm waiting. A little over a week later, I got this package in the mail. In the meantime, I got a really friendly email from Ilford saying they received my film and were processing it. I'm really happy with what came back in this package. There's a nice little contact sheet and all the negatives came back in high quality plastic sleeves. It also included a CD with all the images and a nice thank you card from Ilford. I'm very impressed with the quality of the materials returned. Also, I'll no longer complain about the cost of the postage because this was a pretty hefty package that came back. I loaded the CD and pulled everything into Lightroom. Since the ISO rating of FP4 is 125, I expected pretty low grain images and that's what I got. Here's one of the scans with absolutely no retouching. I just adjusted the tone curve a little and added a gradient, but I really didn't have to do much. In this shot of the butterfly, all I did was take the exposure down a little. Here's an unretouched shot of a waterfall taken with a very slow shutter speed. All I did here was add a slight gradient to darken the sky a little. These next 2 shots I really didn't do anything at all. The way these shots turned out really reaffirmed my affection for the Canon F1 and the 50mm f1.8 lens. So when all is said and done, would I buy another mailer and send it out again? Yes, I would, in a minute. Ilford did a great job and I have the advantage of having the scan prints, plus I can photograph the negatives as I usually do.